So find a comfortable seated meditative position you can stay in for an extended period of time without agitation. Nothing too fancy, just comfortable. And as always, if discomforts do arise, first just let them be there and actually incorporate them into the meditation. If they persist or get worse, then of course just move. Don't let resisting them become a distraction in and of itself. Now, in just the brief amount of time since I spoke last, no doubt you have experienced some idle or autopilot thoughts. Take a moment just to let those be there. Get a feel for them. The tone, the vibration, the content, chaotic grinding, past, future, planning, worrying, thinking, analyzing. And then, though they're not wrong, it is important for them to quiet down at least a little bit before we continue. So 3 options to quiet down or even stop altogether the idle autopilot thoughts. Option 1, turn and face them. Notice how this in and of itself is sort of an interior movement or muscle that something in you knows how to do. Turn and face the idle autopilot thoughts. And see if that slows them down a bit. Option 2, gaze on the mind field itself rather than any of the contents in it. Notice, once again, something in you knows what I mean when I say that. Gaze on the mind field. And see if that slows or stills the idle autopilot thoughts. Option 3, simply activate an alert, alive, awake, attentive presence. In the same way as you might sit up a little straighter physically, it's like a little interior uplift, bringing consciousness back, whereas otherwise in the idle autopilot mode, you have sort of lost consciousness. And see if that uplift, alert, alive, awake, attentive presence helps them to quiet down. whichever one of those worked the best, or whichever one of those you'd like to practice. Turn and face them. Gaze on the mind field itself, or alert, alive, awake, attentive. Stay with that, establishing what I call your anchor. Anytime idle autopilot mode kicks back in, just deepen it. Just reestablish the anchor. Good. Now, you're more than welcome to just stay here and continue deepening the anchor. Continue just working with stopping or stilling the idle autopilot thoughts. If you'd like to continue, however, that anchor is a prerequisite. So establishing the anchor, open your sensory awareness. Open your awareness of the phenomenal world. Sort of step into the clearing now created with a quieter mind, to directly perceive anything and everything arising in your awareness. Sensations, anything coming through all five senses, tastes, smells, sounds, what it looks like behind your closed eyelids, colors, images, pictures, anything perceived on the interior landscape of consciousness, emotions, even thoughts. Perceiving thoughts is not the same as operating from idle autopilot mode. Just sort of scan your awareness. Scroll around your experience, not lingering long on any one particular thing. And be curious. Explore. Once again, if it becomes too complex or idle autopilot mode returns, just reestablish the anchor. Let none of this come from or cause strain. Good. And now, again, you're more than welcome to stay there, practicing that. If you'd like to continue, we're going to intentionally move beyond the phenomenal world, beyond things, into what's called the causal realm. So, as always, having established your anchor, autopilot, idle thoughts, quiet, either fix your eyes deeply into the infinite darkness behind your closed eyelids, keeping them still, not looking around, but if any images or shapes or colors or patterns appear, just push past them. Keep looking deeply, deeply, deeply into the endless, infinite darkness, while holding the anchor. Or choose one fairly fixed, fairly steady, fairly constant phenomenon, something that's not moving or changing too much, like a sensation or your breath, the way the floor feels, the space around you, and just press your mind directly perceiving into that one phenomenon and stay with it. Anything else arises, let it come and go, let it pass. You stay pressing on this one thing until you push through it and come out the other side. Again, these are interior muscles that you're developing and strengthening. So commit to that. Know it takes practice. At the same time, you're exploring and lighting up real interior domains. So, establishing the anchor. Either fix your gaze deep into the infinite darkness, or choose one phenomenon to really press your mind into. Nothing strained, still open, spacious, relaxed. to continue, choose which of those spaces and modes you would like to explore, either scanning your awareness, directly perceiving sounds, colors, images, sensations, all phenomena, or to push through to the causal realm as we just were, always keeping the anchor first. You choose which one of those you'd like to explore, or you may choose just to explore the anchor back to the beginning. But this time, rather than concerning yourself so much with what's being experienced, identify and root and prioritize more who is doing the experiencing. So continuing all of that exploration, feel more into your deepest sense of self in this moment that's doing the perceiving. The texture of I right now. More in the background than the foreground. More the seer rather than the seen. Let those two sort of be married as you do continue the method and the practice and the exploration in any of those first three domains. But feel into who is doing this. Now just sort of get a sense for the mode, the space, the domain, the zone that you're in right now. Sort of all of it at once. Take a snapshot of this feeling. Anything perceived as positive and useful, let it resonate, let it integrate, let it register. Anything not, let it go. And in this way, imprinting your system and your memory, you can more easily find your way back here. And staying in that deepest mode as much as possible. From that place, begin re-inhabiting this room, your body, your mind, your breath, your heartbeat. Move and stretch and breathe any ways that feel comfortable and good. And when you're ready, open your eyes.